Assets. Stick to your assets. All right.
Flute.
And
It's a flutey lute. A lutey flute, as we say.
make that a reality. Like the boots, the belts, the armor, and every pair of socks that you need to bring, basically from your sweaty socks to your shiny armor. That's what's going to break down here today. Hey everybody, we're veteran bros and we adventure together. Welcome back to my brotherly conversation about arms and antics. So, have you ever went to a Ren Faire or you think about going to a LARP and you're ever wondering, what do I wear? So, that's what we're going to address to today. And I'm going to give you some helpful tips and tricks that I have or have done for your sake and my brother's.
Alex, I've packed for the field. I've, packed to move cross country. And as far as I've been told, for a Ren Faire or a LARP, it's actually more difficult for doing either one of those things.
Definitely me more extensive and expensive. That's like, oh, well, depending. But yeah, let's talk about getting dressed here. So we're trying to build out your LARP kit, right? A kit is essentially everything you wear on your person. And today we're going to work on the outfit.
Excited about that. I'm super excited for that, to be honest. Kind of really sculpting what my character looks like is extremely interesting, and I feel like it's one of the fun parts of the preparation for a LARP.
Right, yeah, like we put up that concept art and everything from the in the last episode. And so yeah, today we'll actually be talking about how we can kind of manifest and make that a reality. Like the boots, the belts, the armor, and every pair of socks that you need to bring, something like that, basically from your sweaty socks to your shiny armor. That's what's going to break down here today. You can go to Tunics.
Right.
For you. Yeah. And so this is going to involve some of like your homework and stuff that you're going to do about finding some tunics and finding some good clothing underneath that you can wear and feel good inside camp, outside camp, and in between.
Right. Probably a lot of stuff is like what I'm wearing right now, because I feel like I have to get looser versions of this stuff. I feel like it kind of can give off that medieval fantasy type of like under layer. Like if I got the next size up or maybe two sides up, it'd be loose fit, so it'd hang down like you would expect something, underneath garment would be for a warrior in like a fantasy realm. But it's just easy to acquire.
I mean, sort of. Like, is that a hoodie? Is that what that is? Is that like a...
Yeah, but they have ones that don't have hoodies.
Okay. Yeah, so something like that could be good, I would say. You're trying to stay away from more of your modern look or something that can find you. Like, right. That's what our overclothes and stuff are.
Well, I was thinking about maybe getting some white ones and like adding like trying to dye them in a way to look more like that light brown tannish type of feel. So kind of give it that old feel to it. Like, I mean, the way I think about it is having that look in the movie The Knight's Tale, right? Like stuff like that. That's kind of where I'm thinking. So if I like dye them in like these like very like light greens and light browns, I think it would kind of work with the immersion factor that we need to get.
Honestly, that's a good key point right there. Knight's Tale is a great movie. I definitely enjoy that. And I think one of the best things about you talking about that movie is the fact of their costume design and everything. That is great. But also the fact that they did a spot-on way of modernizing a like historic fantasy kind of ideal. Right. So like that's kind of what we're doing. We're doing kind of that. Like, oh, to answer your question, one of the great ways you can try and find some good underclothes or clothes and stuff like that, even wearing into this tunic section, because like stuff we buy online, stuff we buy on Amazon, these like all this stuff. This is from Amazon. Like, so I may not even wear this because this is like a silk kind of feel. Like this is very modern fabric. This is more of a wool. This is your tunic, and this is all Amazon. It looks good. It's got this stuff. These are kind of actually more simple to create if you have some sort of scheming, but going to your thrift store, like go to your local thrift store and check out stuff, and even just putting like, so this is pretty easy to find at like not drawing fabrics now, but like just like your basic craft store like Michael's. You can kind of find these and like put them on. But yeah, go that can help your budget out a lot. Trying to find things like that, like so going and getting athletic wear or finding some old comfy overwear or something like that you can modify to make it look a little bit more medieval or get that color, that age feel. And so if you want to know about your tunic, would be so something that's you want to know like your arm length or something like that, because you can put your greaves or things on top of it, accessories, things of that nature. And you'll probably be wearing that a lot. Like but try to get stuff that will match the colors you're going for, your color scheme. So I think because we're humans, we're kind of going to do a little bit of like a blending between the greens and blues. It seems right now that greens are kind of dominant with the humans. But this can really give your character some real personality if you're making authentic clothes. And
well, I mean, after we do the underlayers, what's our next step is really talk about belts, right?
Yeah, make sure you're bringing like 2 to 3 changes for your layers. So maybe a comfy shirt, but mostly you want to pin down the couple of shirts tunics you're gonna bring, and tunics can be from just a shirt to all the way down to a skirt. You know, like kind of a thing. You know,
skirt.
So like it's a full dress. Like this goes all the way down to like my knees.
I was thinking like a skirt. And that's, I think, a great segue into our sponsor. Hey, Adventurers, if you're trying to swing a sword or sip a drink in style, run over to our friend Jordan's shop on Etsy, Mimicry Chests.
For Ren Fairs and LARPs, he designed them himself. This one's the bard. It's got this cool little lute. I think lute or flute.
Flute. It's a flutey lute. A lutey flute, as we say.
Lutey lute.
But Alex, was that painted then, or did you paint that one? Because I know the other one, the Rogue, this last one you were using, the Rogue? Yeah, that one, I know you painted yourself, right? So was that painted or no? Or did you paint both of them?
Yeah, I painted all.
But the great thing about that is you can really level up as you purchase more. You can get really good if you're like a beginner when it comes to painting things. The affordability that Jordan's products are.
Yeah. Basically, the equivalent of the mug and the insert plus the dice holder was $25. That's a bargain.
It really allows you to kind of, buy multiple if you need to, because you're going to want them all over your house as drinking attire for when people come over, especially with all the different inserts for people to put different drinks in there. You could put a nice little tall boy. You got a nice little tall boy, and look how good it fits. Just nicely slides in there. If you guys want to buy any of the products that you see on the show today from Mimicry Chests, or if you just want to check out what he has in stock, head on over there. We're going to put the link in the description below.
Belts, straps, and pouches. That's our next section here.
I've been looking at belts lately, and I've been looking at, really shiny ones. What are those characters from the Fantastic Beasts? The ones that, like the gold? They like the gold thing?
Oh, the Nifflers.
Yeah, the Nifflers. Yeah. I'm basically turning into a Niffler for belts, bro.
Yeah, belts are critical in your gear, right? So they're utility in everything. So you'll be hanging potions, bottles, coin purses, even your weapon sheath, everything off of belts. Is avoid like a looping belt, like something, have a clasp, right? Trust me, just have a clasp. You don't need any slipping, anything like that. So these are going to be long sword belts. I can give you some examples. This right here is probably one of my good belts. This has a clasp, right? The way you tie your belts, go under, over, and then down, and then boom, you got a nice tie belt. Like that's how you would tie it for the big sword. But yeah, honestly, like that's the point. And that's another thing too, is making sure that you are creating your outfit and really getting comfortable in your outfit and stuff before you go out there. Yeah, so I use this a lot for like Ren Fairs, LARPs, things like that. So like these are like my pouches. Here's what I found, like these are great pouches. Great place. Like you want to make sure you have good accessibility, good storage, things like that. And also like there's little things you can add to your belt. Like one of these little cool things I found. This right here is a little telescope. It probably has no real reason to being on my belt, but you know what? Like Salty Sea Dog, had a little telescope. Is making sure that you have the ability to along with all these belts and pouches, that you have the ability to drink, and that's in like the utilities and your look section. So just a little fun tip I've gotten is like, yeah, this one, it's got a magnetic clip. This is great access to the bag. Magnetic clip looks good. Found this custom made at a Ren Faire. This aesthetically looks good, but man, this is such a hassle when you're trying to do stuff, having just this little mechanism in there. But it is great to hold a bunch of your little rings and gadgets and things. I have plenty of storage, but also make sure that you have good accessibility with your clips and access to your compartments.
Right. And I'm trying not to be honest, and I've been really thinking about it, because I mean, I I'm doing what I need to do to get into the physical shape to be able to do this over 4 days.
Yeah.
But still, age is a factor. I know I'm not, you know, the oldest guy out there, but my body from the military does feel like it's been worn down.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to have a lighter kit. I'd like to have a lot of composite stuff, a lot of stuff that's going to be lighter than, like, you know, what most people. I want to be able to carry the amount I need, but as little as possible. So that's really what's going to be our challenge for this is, so how can we carry the stuff we need to carry and a little extra, but not have 40, 50, 60 pounds extra on. You know, less is more in this instance.
Yeah, and that's 100% attainable, and I think we do. So, that would be really getting down and doing our research and getting some good, like a good belt. So like having 1 or 2 wide leather belts will do you real good. I really like one of my belts. It's actually armored, basically like a front skirt, armored skirt, and it has a bunch of rings on it. And I love that it's got a bunch of rings. So I love like having be able to just lanyard hook something on there, you know, like like doing any of that. But we actually have some really cool pouches and stuff that I have. Like I actually found this in the basement. Like they just had this cool, like this is like a deerskin pouch, leather pouch, like cool little stuff that we can utilize and do. But going back to what we were saying about that, this is like kind of a water skin. So this is like, this is a really good, and like I have one of these. This was from my buddy Evan. He left, but we shall acquire some good things like this, either like bags of skin, so you can put any sort of big water bottle in here, and we can just sling this across like that, or like strap around. Like I think it's big enough to maybe go around your belt, to go around your waist too. All right, Kyle. So to go along with your tunics, you're gonna need some pants. It's always good to have some nice big baggy pants. These are my authentic kind of pirate pants I got from the Michigan Renaissance Festival. These are great. The only is like a pockets thing, but for some reason, the most authentic thing doesn't have any, especially the pants definitely don't have any tucks. We love our cargo shorts and having our multi pockets and pockets and pockets. And so this one does have like double pockets, pocket inside of pocket, but only in one side. There's some great Amazon purchases that I've had for like for and against having good paint, really great. But the flaws. So I've had some. We bought our 3 Renaissance pants, and so they either were not the right size, did not look good, and or as you see from here, will rip. Oh my god! Right? Totally. These are and we had to go and get some good pants at Walmart. Some good sweats that don't look too modern will be great for your first LARP. Some baggy pants, some good things. But honestly, the advice we got from the community was scrubs. Go get some good scrub pants.
Makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. They're comfortable, but then also you can get them in all different colors, so you can get really close to something that's, you know, a little more fantasy, Dark Ages type of feel.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't go walking through Walmart with your booty cheeks hanging out.
No booty cheeks.
You know who you are.
Dang it! I like to show off my booty cheeks from time to time. Yeah, I gotta show off my ass sometime.
Stick to your assets, all right?
You didn't say
assets.
I said sets before. I said sets.
I like it. Honestly, I like that.
You know what? We're using the internet.
Like, hey, adventurers out there, make sure you're guarding your assets.
You know we're using the internet, so there was a glitch in there. Yeah, I totally said ass sets. Okay, I definitely said that.
Make sure you're packing multiple pairs of tunics, undershirts, undergarments, as well as your pants, and some good pants that won't rip when you're doing some splits. Because I actually had a pair of pants like that. Like I thought these were some good nostalgic pants that I went to a Ren Faire with. And then we did some LARP combat. Oh, I didn't even notice. It was after everything that I split my pants open. Yeah, so it happened to me too.
Was one of your assets hanging out?
Yeah, I was wearing some nice athletic undergarments that could have been viewed as athletic shorts.
Right.
So I got away with it for a little bit. Next segment, boots. Oh, you had a question about boots or shoe wear.
So, I mean, I have kind of a feeling, I already know personality in general, Alex. So, can I wear Lady of the Night boots if I wanted to?
What?
Can I wear Lady of the Night boots?
The Walmart bathroom, sorry.
Why not? Why not? But to be real, real question about the boots, right? The only thing I know about boots in any way, shape, or form is from the military. So how do you find a boot that is going to be visually appealing and correct for what we're doing, but also has the utility of, you know, for a LARP event to be an actual like asset compared to a hindrance?
It's actually a great question, and your answer is you don't. You can absolutely wear some good boots, just making sure that they're like perfect, good water resistant boots. One of the keys to this is actually wearing a greave. So it's actually
A
putting
what? Say
so a
again?
greave. They're called greaves.
What is that?
And a greave. So I'm actually gonna step away and grab it. But to go on the segment is the greave is literally something that goes most LARPers and stuff kind of swear by. And it's a boot cover, and it's like it. So a
Oh,
boot cover or boot armor, and that'll actually help you in some LARPs. I don't know if this one will have to check that if the greaves actually give you an extra point depending on how they are. So if they're like leather or metal.
okay.
But that's the thing is make sure you're wearing good boots. I have a pair of like Wolverine boots that I got from Dick's Sporting Goods, which are amazing, and we put on seal like I think they call it seal oil or something, or like seal wax. But yeah, it's like literally putting on stuff to make sure that they last a long time. My buddy Evan swears by the stuff because he was a park ranger in the very watery, rainy Portland, Oregon area, yeah, or sorry, like Eugene, Oregon area. So yeah, basically where the Goonies was filmed. And so like yeah, like these boots are great. Like these boots they lasted through the tornado we went through. You know, but your military combat boots is what I wore. So I wore my military boots. He wore those boots, and then we put greaves on over top, and it makes the aesthetic work. So having good socks, shoes, or like good boots to wear. I would say maybe we can also pack some like nice sandals or something like that. I would say like or something of that nature that we can in or out of game camp with
Right.
and walk around. So like I think some good sandals would be good to find for us, but for most times we want to be wearing our boots for walking around and trudging through woods and stuff like that. So make sure you pack a good pair of boots, water resistant, something you can really stick your whole foot in.
Hey guys, thank you for watching this episode of Mythril, Markham's Arms and Antics. We're going to have a ton of more content, kind of go more in depth to each of these sections we went over today. If you guys are wanting to get in the conversation, if you guys want to get into the action, join our Discord, Mythril Markham's. The link to that be in the description below. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that bell notification so you guys see them right when they're coming on. These videos are coming on, and you'll kind of know what's going on in the Discord because it kind of coincides, right?
Yeah, next time we'll go in deeper with weapons and see what Kyle does about wielding in combat. So yeah, like Kyle said, please join us on our Discord. Send us any pictures and stuff of any of your LARP kits you have and anything you're working on. Definitely give us some advice for Kyle's pouches and any other belts or anything that you think we should wear. Or have any suggestions for kits.
Again, guys, thank you for watching this episode of Mythril Markham's Arms and Antics. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day.
See you guys next time. Keep on adventuring.